Is there a moment where you were like, oh, wow? Because obviously the cycle of a video game like Last of Us kind of breaking through it culturally it takes time. So I imagine you finish the game, it gets released. Seem to remember it being released with pretty good reception, but it still takes time for people to even crack through a game that big, fall in love with the characters, etc. So I imagine there's an era where you're like, hey, have you heard of this game? And now all of a sudden people are like, of course I know that game. Is there a moment that you felt like was a real shift in that penetration to culture, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, I would not say there's a singular moment, but I think that it has continued to be a series of moments because you're right. When it first came out, if you have an original, I'm talking like the first printing
Mm-hmm.
of The Last of Us, you'll see white letters and yellow backgrounds says from the makers of Uncharted.
Right.
And that's Sony marketing going,
Please, look at us.
We
Look at
promise
us.
you'll like it.
Yeah.
Because they weren't even sure. I
Yeah.
mean, this is such a big shift for the company, the studio that brought you Uncharted. Fun, pulpy, adventure, wink and a smirk kind of game to all of a sudden, no, this is a gritty, heartbreaking, grounded zombie game. It was for like, this is it. This could be last one who ships the game. Please turn off the lights.
Right.
And then it comes out and you do have the reviews. And even then, I think maybe 25 million people have bought. I'm sure I could be wrong on those numbers. But what's most important is that you look at the show and it is a vastly superior audience in numbers
Yeah.
than the people that have actually played the game. So there's 100 million people that watched season 1 that had never heard of the game.
Right.
Or at least there's a proportionate amount of people that had clearly, 80% of them had never heard the game. And it's insane to me to think that we can have something that has been such a cultural event that has continued to just stay in the cycle somehow over the last decade. And that's also because, 7 years later, you have the sequel that follows it up and in a lot of ways really stirs up the waters because now you have even more controversy. Whereas before it was a singular thing that was controversial about part 1. It was pretty universally loved as far as the overall thing. And then you have the sequel where it's this dividing thing. Some people are like, you didn't need to do it, or you did do it, and I loved it, or I hated it. And I look at all of that and go, that's still a success. It's still people engaging with the material. David Mamet writes in his book, we have one job, get them to watch the credits. That's all we have to do. Did you finish it? Did you finish the book? Did you finish the movie? Did you finish the show? Did you finish the game? Did you finish it? Beyond that, I don't care. If they hated it, you still succeeded.
Yeah.
If they didn't finish it, that's where you failed.